Alright, let's dive into the world of hashing. Hashing is like having a magical way to organize a huge pile of stuff. Imagine you have a big box of toys and you want to quickly find a specific toy without going through the whole box. Hashing helps us with that. So, what's the trick actually? We use something called a hash function, and think of it like a treasure map that tells us where to look. This function takes in any kind of data like numbers, words, or even pictures and magically turns it into a number. This number becomes like an address in a big table. Now, picture this table as a big list with many slots. Each slot has a number, just like a house on a street. Our hash function points us to a specific slot, and there we find our data. The whole process is super quick, like snapping your fingers. And here is the cool part. Hashing is fantastic for big collections of data, like a binary of books or a list of students. It's like having an index in the back of a book that tells you exactly which page to flip to. So, when we want to find, update, or get back to our data, we do it in a flash, always in the same fast time, no matter how much stuff we have. So, remember, hashing is like having a magical way to find things super quickly in a big pile of stuff. It's like our secret weapon to organize and retrieving data in lightning fast. Now, let's talk about why we actually need hashing. Imagine you have a massive collection of data, like a library filled with books or a classroom full of students' information. You are not just going to pile everything up and hope to find what you need by digging through the pile, right? That would be a nightmare. When we have a lot of data, we often need to find specific pieces of information very quickly. Think about searching for a particular book in a library or looking up a student's detail in a classroom database. If we use simple methods like going through every book or every student's record one by one, it's going to take a lot of time actually, especially as the collection grows bigger. There are techniques like linear search and binary search that helps us with this, but they have their limitations. Linear search can take a lot of time, especially for a large collection, and binary search, while better, still is not super fast when the database becomes huge. This is where hashing comes to the rescue. Hashing is like having a superpower that lets us instantly locate things. It doesn't matter if we have 10 times or 10 millions, the time it takes to find what we are looking for stays the same. That's the magic of hashing. It allows us to perform lookups, updates, and retrievals in lightning fast, constant time, which is like saying, snap, I found it. So, hashing is our secret weapon to handle big data collections with ease and speed. Alright, now let's dive into the heart of hashing, the hash function. Think of a hash function as a magical spell that assigns a specific spot to each item in our collection. Imagine you have a bunch of objects like books in a library and you want to put each book on a shelf. But you don't want to just put them randomly. You want a clever way to decide where each book goes. And that's where our trusty hash function comes into the picture. The magical function takes a book or any piece of our data and uses its special powers to figure out exactly which shelf it should go on. It's like giving each book a ticket that tells it, hey, you belong to shelf number 5. And the beauty of this is that whenever you need to find a book, you just use the same magic spell, which is the hash function, to figure out where it is. It's a bit like a treasure map that leads you right to your X mark spot. So, a hash function is like a decision maker that takes each item and points it to a specific place in our storage table. This way, we can keep things organized and find what we are looking for in a snap.